Hello again. In this video guide we are covering SOP for advanced movement. We'll go over formations, drills, and movement techniques. SOP 4 document itself covers some of these in more detail and even some additional subjects. Remember, in order to complete boot camp you must attend the boot camp sessions in order to qualify for completion. I am Major Wood. Let's get into it. In the regiment we mainly use 4 different unit movement formations, each suited for different scenarios based on the formation's advantages and disadvantages. Formation to be used is selected based on the hostile threat in the surrounding area, terrain, time allowed for the movement, and the difficulty of the formation. The 4 common formations are column, wedge, line, and staggered column. Let's break down each formation and talk about the pros and cons. Column is without a doubt the most commonly used formation in the regiment. In a column formation, members of the patrol are moving one after another, thus making it very easy to control, and as such allows for rather quick movement from point A to point B. Its weakness lies in its very limited firepower to the front and rear, where only one person, the pointman or tail end Charlie, can fire if you take contact from the front or back. The other patrol members in the middle cover the sides. Second person covers right, third person covers left, fourth person covers right again, and so forth, making it stronger in firepower to the sides. Wedge is a hollow V-shaped formation with the tip pointed towards the direction of movement. This formation is used to maximize the situational awareness and firepower of a unit. The intervals between soldiers is designed to give mutually supporting lines of sight that do not obscure one another forward and to the sides, and this also corresponds to mutually supporting overlapping arcs of fire. The downside of the wedge formation is that it is one of the harder formations to maintain. For this to work properly in-game, make sure to have the person to your front at the far edge of your screen, and the SD HUDs in a circle clear of other people. Line formation is best used in situations where the immediate threat is from the front or back and all firepower is directed in that direction. Soldiers in line are pointing forward or backward while being side by side with each other. Because line formation utilizes maximum firepower to the front or back, the sides are very vulnerable. Only the soldiers in the ends of the line are able to immediately engage targets to the sides effectively. Staggered column is mostly used when traveling along linear objects like roads and dried-out riverbeds. In a staggered column, every other person has taken a step out of the column and thus 2 columns are formed, traveling on the sides of the linear objects. Staggered column provides better firepower to the front and back compared to column, while also maintaining column formation's strong sides. As with the wedge formation, staggered column is relatively hard to maintain without closing up arcs of fire by accident. As was the case with the wedge formation, keep the person in front of you at the edge of your monitor and your SD HUD in a circle clear of everyone else. This way you have 2 visual cues for your position in the formation. In all other formations you can never go wrong with keeping your SD HUD's inner circle clean, which will usually result in correct dispersion of troops in the unit. That way, when anti-personnel explosives are triggered, other people will not suffer critical injuries. In the regiment, road crossing drill is a choreographed movement that is suited for crossing all types of linear obstacles while maintaining movement and 360 degrees security at the same time. RCD can be used to cross roads, wadis, narrow bodies of water, etc. RCD begins when the pointman has reported a linear obstacle to the patrol commander, who then gives the order to set up RCD. First and second soldier in the patrol move to the opposite sides of the obstacle to set up individual security positions. They look for clear lines of sight and cover or concealment. The other members of the patrol remain still, covering the sectors. Once number 1 and 2 are set in their positions, they both call set over the team radio net. That is a cue for the third man to move across the obstacle to pull security on the far side of the obstacle. Once the third man has reported set, the fourth and fifth man move across the obstacle and set up security along the obstacle opposite of the first and second man. After that, the members 6 and 7 move across and pull security with number 3. Lastly, numbers 1 and 2 cross the obstacle to join the rest of the team. This way, all sectors are covered in order of priority. When conducting multi-team operations, the GFC can designate one team to set up RCD, pull security and wait until the rest of the ground force passes through and then follow. The do's and don'ts of RCD are as follows. Avoid crossing when you do not have clear line of sight along the obstacle in order to pull security. If your time allows, search for a better spot. Always try and plan ahead for a suitable crossing point based off of map reconnaissance. So never try to cross in a bend, a crossroad, or junction. In dense fog or rain, trickle your troops across, first by establishing a covering position across the road and then getting your troops across one by one. Always watch your spacing. Linear obstacles are good places for the enemy to set up security posts, so grouping together while crossing can make a juicy target for the enemy. Always communicate. You don't want to leave your buddy behind. Or worse yet, get left behind yourself. Traveling overwatch is used by 2 or more elements that move in coordination with each other in order to provide mutual security. Because movement is constant, traveling overwatch is one of the faster ways to move from point A to point B. It is used when contact with the enemy is possible and mostly done so without it actually being said out loud. Bounding overwatch is used when contact with the enemy is likely. When utilizing bounding overwatch, the ground force is split into subunits, which then alternate between moving and covering. While one pushes forward to the next position, the other team maintains security by either observation or suppressing fire. It is important to remember not to move too far ahead of the security team, where they can no longer provide effective support. Pepper potting is an individual fire and maneuver drill, conducted when the element needs to move forward or backward in a line formation, but needs to maintain suppressive fire or cover by observation. It is only applicable in a line formation and also known as a buddy team bound. Conducted in very short, but very fast movements, it is mostly used when the enemy position is inside 100 meters. Before that, it is easier to maintain bounding overwatch. The left man in each buddy team starts to move, stops engaging the enemy and sprints forward for 2 seconds and stops. If a good cover position does not present itself, he takes the lowest stance possible out in the open, where he can still effectively engage targets, and continues suppressing fire, so the buddy can do the same and catch up. Moving for this short amount of time guarantees that sectors of fire do not get closed up. This way constant fire and movement can be maintained at the same time. If the buddy team has 3 people, the middle one moves first. That way it is easier to maintain dispersion and open sectors of fire.
Mujahideen front.
Team Pepperpot front.
Moving. Moving. No enemies. We're all down.
Peeling is usually used when the patrol is in a line or staggered column formation and the situation dictates the need for moving directly to the sides or to the front or back. Peeling left or right only works in a line formation. Peeling front or back works in a staggered column. Peeling sideways is used to move left or right whilst providing covering fire to the front from a line formation. On order, the man on the left end starts to move to the right end. He breaks contact, if currently engaging, and sprints behind the line, while his buddy fires his magazine on full auto and follows him. Rapid fire is an audible cue for the rest of the element to let him know that last man from said buddy team is moving. The man and the buddy move to the right end of the line and call set on the radio, so that the next buddy team can move. Movement continues this way until an order from the element commander.
Contact southwest. Team, peel right.
Steeds are moving. Go to the left. Set.
Moving unit left man.
Peeling forward or backward is used when you receive or in imminent danger of enemy contact on a linear object that you can't break away from, like a road between possible minefields, a bridge etc., or is too narrow to use any other fire and maneuver technique effectively. Peeling backward is done in a staggered column. The 2 men on point at the front of the formation break contact and sprint through the formation and take up positions in formation at the rear of the staggered column. Remember to take the nearest available position at the rear of the formation. Sometimes it might mean that you cross to the other side of the road. It is done so the formation would remain intact.
Contact front.
Moving. Radio next. Set. Data moving. Sobo last. Set.
Thank you for watching the Regiment's SOP5 video guide.